Connection. The boy's pale face twisted as my fist connected. His freckles scattered across his cheeks like someone had thrown them there on purpose. He stumbled back, eyes wide, before the ground caught him. One small white tooth bounced twice in the dirt and came to rest in the shadow of an oak tree. It was 6th grade. The Texas sun was a heavy weight pressing down on everything. Heat waves shimmered off the blacktop. The air smelled like dust, sweat, and something sharper, copper. The boy had been picking on a 5th grader, a girl. Not because she was a girl, but because she was smaller, weaker. My uncle taught me that preying on those weaker than you was dishonorable. It wasn't about chivalry, it was about respect. She had been backed against one of the old oaks, her shoulders hunched, her hands clenched around the straps of her backpack. Her eyes kept darting left and right, hoping a teacher would show up. He shoved her hard. She stumbled. He laughed, short and mean. I told him to stop, but he didn't. Instead, his lip curled into something between a smirk and a snarl. The swing came fast, faster than I expected, but it was wild, all arm, no aim. I ducked, came back up, and threw the biggest haymaker my 12-year-old body could manage. I'd only seen that punch on YouTube. Big men throwing everything they had into one hit. On screen, the target usually went down. In real life, it worked the same. He hit the dirt. For a moment, the whole world went quiet except for the pounding in my ears. The heat of the ground rose up through my sneakers. Wind rustled the oak leaves overhead. Somewhere in the distance, thunder grumbled. Run? Get a teacher? Call mom? Mom! The thought made my stomach twist. She hated fighting. Said it follows you home, sits down at your dinner table, and eats more than its share. She always told me fighting and being aggressive would only cause me more trouble than it was worth. But what else could I have done? I turned toward the girl. Tears made clean tracks down her dusty face. Her lips moved, barely a whisper. Thank you. And then she ran, ponytail bouncing, sneakers slapping the ground, until she disappeared behind the far swings. I looked back at the boy. His red hair spilled across one cheek like a curtain. A bruise was already blooming beneath it. His mouth hung slack, breath shallow. Did I do the right thing? Uncle Rob always said there are 2 kinds of strength. The kind that protects and the kind that performs. I knew which one I wanted. I grabbed my backpack off the ground. It felt heavier than before, straps cutting into my shoulders. One last glance at him, still unmoving, and I turned away. Somewhere far off, another roll of thunder crawled across the sky. I didn't wait for him to wake up. I didn't wait for a crowd or for questions. I walked. Doing the right thing doesn't always feel good. Sometimes it feels like your heart is a drum someone else is playing, too fast and out of rhythm. That punch would follow me for years, not just with him, but with everyone who loves to tell a story. And nicknames. Nicknames stick. That day, a girl was in trouble. I could help. So I did. Somebody would sweep the tooth away. Somebody would file a report. Somebody would lecture him. But I wondered if any of it would change him. I didn't know this yet, but he'd remember my face. He'd remember hers, and he'd remember the taste of dirt and blood in his mouth. His name? You'll meet him soon enough. Red hair. Eyes always looking for a place to pour his anger. Later, he'd collect a nickname. So would I. Neither would feel fair.